Hey, welcome back, knife nerds and everyday care people. It's your boy, the Big Canucker, and we have got ourselves a little bit of a long-term review on a Japanese garden implement called a Hori Hori. And the reason I guess they call it Hori Hori is because it is what's called an onomatopoeia, which means the word sounds like the action of what it does. So I guess when you're digging, it makes a sound, which I guess translates into hori. So hori, hori. So they call it a hori hori. That is what I've been told. Now this one here happens to be a BareBones Hori Hori Classic. They have got a few different ones, including an Ultimate, and then I can't remember what the other one is, but the Ultimate one is quite a bit more pointy. And I ended up getting this one here from Amazon, and if I remember correctly, last year I paid, I think, right around $45 Canadian for it. Looks like they've kind of maybe gone up a little bit. Right now you're looking at, through the BareBones website, you're looking at about $39.99. Just the knife itself, you can add a knife and a sheath for $59.99. That is USD. In Canada here, you can buy these on Amazon for, I do believe, $94 for the actual BareBones style. And I just would recommend the BareBones style because it does have a lot of things going positives for it against some of the ones that are out there. Some of these garden knives that you get, they can be really, really thin with some really thin stamped metal, where this one here seems to be, I mean, it's a really thick, beefy piece of steel that's a full tang construction with walnut handles. And I have not been keeping this according to the website. The website says after you use it, rinse it all off with water and apply a light coating of oil to the blade and wax the walnut handles once in a while. And so far, all we have done is used it and put this thing away abused. And it is the second year we've planted with it, and we've got some really extreme hard pan dirt here that you basically got to really get into and, you know, break up that really, really hard soil in our front garden area. It's horrible, but this Hori Hori has just absolutely kicked butt for the last 2 years. So just to give you an idea of some of the things that it has going for it. Of course, it's got little 1-inch increments for depth, because sometimes when you're planting, you need to plant it at, say, 3 inches depth. So you've got 1, 2, 3. There's your 3-inch line. You've also got a really, really sharp serrated edge here for cutting through root weeds. Also for cutting through, say, like, grass. And this does. I mean, this cuts through extremely well. Now, you're supposed to have got kind of a sharper side here. Now, this one here, this side here is extremely dull. When it did get it, it wasn't sharp enough to shave or anything like that. But you could cut open, you've got your little garden flower things with a little plastic in it. You could have used that to kind of cut through there at the time. Now it's dull. I need to sharpen this up, and it's basically all I'll do is I'll take a medium file and I'll just give it some file marks here and a couple of file strokes here, and that'll sharpen it right up. But I am so surprised that this serrated side is still extremely, extremely sharp after going through, I don't know how many flowers and stuff this would have planted. 100 over the last couple of years, and it's extremely, extremely tough tool. So now, like I said, you can buy these out there in not BareBones style, but you can buy just a Japanese Hori Hori for as low as $20 on Amazon, either Canadian into the States. I think it's about $17 or so, $16. But there you're not going to probably get a full tang construction, and you're just going to get a very kind of thin stamped steel, which is good for little garden boxes. I mean, if you've got a little garden box that you're just planting in, this is a very, very useful tool. But if you've got if you're a horticulturalist or a full-size gardener and you've got some really tough plants that you want to kind of get into, some tough area, I don't think you can go wrong with this BareBones Hori Hori. It is a fantastic unit. Now, there hasn't been any sort of wear on here. I've noticed these handles have stayed really, really tight. They've got just simple not Robertson, but octagonal screws here. And they can, you can tighten them up, or you can pull this right off if you want. but I'm going to actually probably rinse this off, give it a little bit of a sharpen, an oil, and a wax for the handle, and she'll be ready to go next year. So I'm also going to be using this for weeding coming up throughout the season. We've got a couple of areas in our yards that are really long, slender garden areas that are 20 feet long, and if you want to go in there and get some weeds, this will hack them down like nobody's business. Now this here is also, I call it, it looks like a bottle opener, and it does work as a bottle opener, but it's actually good for cutting. You've got twine and string. You can give it a good pull. Or you can snag onto some plastic and pull some plastic open with it. So I have felt that this has been a really intelligently designed tool, that the execution is phenomenal, and I think the wear and tear on this, or the durability on this, is extremely high. I've had no issues with it whatsoever. It's gone through hell, and it's coming back for more. So that's just a quick long-term look at Japanese Hori Hori. It's not too late to pick some up if you want. If you're a gardener, even just a weekend gardener, I think it's an excellent tool to put in your bag, and you can get some really, really nice sheets with it too. They're a really nice polyester sheath that'll come with either the classic or the ultimate, and you can put it on your belt, and you can be the weekend warrior gardener for the entire summer, kicking some ass. All right, thanks so much for stopping by. If you like what you saw, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, as well as subscribe. Help me spread my voice. Now, please stay safe out there. Keep your stick on the ice, the shiny side up. This is the Big Canucker saying adios.